What's left on the list? I'm going to this land, to this property that is going to be purchased by a king's ransom. I'm going there to pray and to do affirmations and visualizations. And when this becomes reality, the profits of this land being used as a preserve and a resort and a healing center and a place for the earth to experience joyfulness through humanity. Um, the profits, if there are any, are to be used to sue the federal government for the right to bury our bodies according to our consciences and giving our dust back to the dust. Because this has been the agenda of the dark ones. It's one of the reasons that Christ was crucified, because these like merchant type peoples came in and made it happen. They made it so it's illegal for us to give our bodies back to the earth after we die, and they have instead imposed expensive burial um, rites where we're forced to use chemicals and everything that's like alien to life here to bury us. And they're making a lot of money off of it. And we feel like it's our responsibility to save up for these expensive Christian burials that Jesus actually died in protest against. All right. And I'm just going to slowly introduce myself to these woods that I'm supposed to, not supposed to, that I'm going to be enabled to purchase and make trails and joyful experiences. And um, and it's like a reverent, quiet, and profoundly humbling and spiritually empowering experience. I don't know what else to say about it, but that's what it is. So it doesn't matter who believes me, the right people, the right situations, the right experiences, everything that's supposed to happen to make this happen will happen. And it's okay if I have moments where I question my sanity, because I have so many people questioning it for me. And but that's what I'm being taught over and over again, that our words are blueprints for our reality and our existence here. And I could create a new blueprint. You know, I was born into a narcissistic family, and my mom spoke blueprints into the world for my reality and for my thoughts to follow, which were not in line with God whatsoever. They were not in line with love, which is the only reality there is. And the only thing that exists here is our questions and our commands. And those are always answered by this universe we live in, which is living in a symbiotic relationship with us. It was designed to answer our commands and our questions. And in fact, it can't exist and expand without those. And I'm being told I should ask good questions that will reap good answers, and that I should only speak loving, kind words about myself and others to lay down blueprints for a new reality. Some of you might know as the second coming of Christ. Christ told us that we would, Jesus told us that we would do the things that he did, yea, even greater. So here we are, and here we're doing it. And this is the second coming. Those of us who believe and follow Christ will be doing the works that he did, yea, even greater. Shadow, you're getting into trouble as usual. And everything here testifies of Christ. Everything here testifies of God. And our question is, how do we see that? How do we align ourselves with that? How do our bodies exist in that? These are good questions. To sit outside. Since my near-death experience a month ago, I can't be inside anymore. I'm all of a sudden acclimated to the extreme heat of East Texas, which is 100 degrees day after day after day. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I love it. I'm out in the woods every day. I cannot abide inside in the electric prison, four walls, air conditioned. I feel depressed and cut off in there. And I look for every opportunity to be outside. And that's where I feel alive. And that's where I met Sunny. And that's where so much potential is. I have no idea. I have no idea what's going to happen next. I'm not an all-knowing, omnipresent kind of like expression here. My expression here is a questioning expression. It's supposed to be that way. I'm not supposed to know everything that's going to happen. None of us are. None of us. If anyone steps up and says that they know God and they know your path to God and they know what God wants for you, that's the truth. I don't have your truth. I don't. Nobody does. You have your truth. And you should be empowered every step of the way to know your truth. But this civilization that has reverse engineered truth isn't interested in your truth. They're interested in their agenda and their narrative of truth, which has nothing to do with truth. Nothing to do with truth. And I don't like feeling preachy. It's intimidating to me. But God tells me, he's like, this is me talking to you. He's talking to me about things I've asked about, and I'm not preaching it. I'm speaking it out loud so I can understand it for me. Okay? So that's that. This is my adventure with Sunny Boy and God and you who choose to embark on this adventure. Because none of us knows what's going to happen. It could be that this isn't the land, this isn't the property where this happens, but the seed's been planted. There's dogs puking all around me right now. There's some energy. I have no idea what's going on. Two dogs. This is what I'm talking about. So many moving parts, so much energy, and it just seems to be collecting around me and everyone else. It's collecting around us. And we're being delivered. We're being delivered from the sickness of this civilization. It's an infection in our hearts where politics has been weaponized against us and opinions have been weaponized to engineer hate, division, and war. And we're not about that anymore, y'all. We are not about that anymore.